another story time about the time I met Anthony Anderson and Jeremy Sisto. Yeah, that was a really nice embarrassing moment. So I want to do a quick episode, at least that's my goal. I've been working so hard on that. I want to talk about when I really started getting into acting. I did theater, you know, as a kid. I did a lot of stuff. I did plays, and in fact, I memorized the play so much one time in my second grade play that I would correct the other children for screwing up their lines. Like I was not trying to be that jerk, but I was. So, you know, I love theater. I think it's fun, but I also love film a little bit more. I like the fact that I can work on certain things by myself. So to get really a good feel of film and television, I decided, why don't I do background so I can see how the set works, understand. You know, when you do theater for a long time, you get accustomed to certain things, and when someone is new to theater, it's overwhelming. You're like, it's like one of those like York peppermint patties, like, I'll scream from the top of a mountain! Like, that's how overwhelming it is when you're doing theater. But when you're doing film, it's just as overwhelming when you have no clue. It's a whole different ballgame. I know some people think, oh, it's just acting. Like, no, it's not. It's the same amount of work hours, just done differently. So I decided to go into background. I was non-union at the time, and I wanted to kind of get a feel out, and I wanted to do enough productions as background so I can actually watch not only what the directors are doing, but what the lead actors are doing, what the starring actors are doing. I wanted to know what the crew was doing. I wanted to know what Crafty was doing. I wanted to know who these people were and how everything really worked. I wanted to see who the stand-ins were. You know, I wanted to really understand it, because that's how I approach every single job. If I was working at McDonald's right now, I would try to figure out and craft the best way to create the ultimate hamburger, because that's just how I am. So when I'm doing background, I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta know everything. Like, that was what I was thinking. So I got booked to play Law and Order, and I was playing a hooker. We know why. But yeah, I was playing a hooker, and I was so excited. I remember actually calling my mom going, oh my God, I'm gonna be a hooker in Law and Order. And then I heard the most infamous words that I will never hear from my mother ever again. You be the best hooker that Law and Order has ever seen. You be the best hooker out there. You hear me? Okay, Mom, I'm gonna be the best hooker. Think about that sentence for a minute. Still having an aneurysm? It's okay. But you know, I was very excited. But I didn't know what kind of hooker that they were looking for, because I've done the hooker role a lot, and I've played a 70s hooker before up to a modern day hooker, and the clothes are completely different. The hair is completely different. The walk is completely, the talk is completely different. So I wanted to make sure that I emulated it as much as possible, because even though I was doing background at the time, I felt like that was my job. That was my job, to blur into the background, but to be still a damn good hooker. What? So that was my goal. So I get a Law and Order, and I think I was there years old, and so I get there, and you know, I didn't have any friends. I had no one to talk to. I mean, I don't have any friends now. Not that anything's changed, but just go with my story like I have some. So I didn't have any friends. I had no one to talk to, and I was walking around. I had this Trip jacket that I had on. If y'all know what Trip is, y'all not part of the club. So I had this Trip jacket, I had the zipper, everything, and I wore that as my hooker dress, and I was like, this will be cute. And I had Mary Jane's on with skulls on them, and I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna be the cutest hooker there. And I didn't really have an idea of how true that would be, because when I showed up, they were like, oh my God, you're so cute. Look, come, guys, wardrobe, get over here, makeup. She's so cute. How are you? How old are you? How old are you? And I'm like, I'm 5 years old. Like, what's your problem? I'm an adult. I go to college. So, I get there, and I thought it was really interesting. That, you know, I'm being overwhelmed. I got to see all the sets for all the Law and Orders. I got to see everything, and I was like, wow. this is freaking incredible. Oh my God, that's so-and-so's office. Like, I was all up in there. I was so excited. And wardrobe checks me finally when I do put my uniform on. And they were like, she's a cute hooker. You'd make a cute hooker. And I didn't know how to take that compliment. I was just like, is that my backup job? Or are you telling me like I'm doing a bad job? And that's where I should just like lean towards. Because sometimes when I get compliments, it's really a quirky, I'm sorry, I forgot English. What happened? What was the word? Quirky compliments. There we go. And I just didn't know what to do with this. I was like, okay, I'm a cute hooker. Thanks, I'll let my pimp know. So I'm dressed up. I'm obviously, I stood out that day, I think because of how young I looked and how I dressed, because I was dressed obviously like a kid who shopped in the village and loved CBGBs. So it's a little obvious that I shopped at Trash and Vandal, that kind of thing. So I stood out, but nonetheless, you know, everyone approved of my wardrobe. So I was like, okay. But I was also very uncomfortable because the dress was so short. Like, it was up to my booty. I know I don't have much on, but my booty. Can I shake it for you guys? I'm kidding. But that's how short it was. So I feel very uncomfortable with dresses that are that short. I know some women do, some girls do. Knock yourselves out. I am not too keen on doing it myself. Because I feel uncomfortable. Because I feel like if I'm doing this all day. Oh, like that's what it turns into. And for me, it's just uncomfortable. And I just don't feel like I should be giving free looks to everyone. I feel like you should pay me a nice price. At least give me a dinner, a movie, several months of your time, so I can decide if I think you're too crazy for me or not. But yeah, so I'm walking around. I stood out. I remember walking around because it was like school again, where I had no one to eat food with. Because my school lunches, I never had anyone to eat with. I always ate like in a staircase or sometimes the bathroom, but I wasn't too crazy about eating in the bathroom. But I would eat in the staircase or hidden somewhere in the school to have my lunch. So it was the same exact thing where I'm sort of kind of like this. Crap. Where am I gonna sit? Okay, I can sit over there. Oh no, they look like they're the popular people. I am not sitting over there. They're dumb anyway. They didn't even pass their exam. How are they popular? Okay, there's some nerds. I don't know what kind of nerds those are. It could be the cherries, I'm not sure. Could be the yellow ones. Maybe strawberry? I'm not sure. Let's go over here. Athletic people. Oh, I'm athletic. Not that kind of athletic. How about I just eat lunch by myself? I'm good. That's exactly what eating lunch is for me all the time. Unless someone invites me to eat lunch with them, I actually won't go over there. I just won't. I don't just invite myself like, hey guys, miss me? I just don't do it. So this goes for anywhere, especially in workplaces and school. That's just particularly how I am. So I get there, I got my little tray of food, and I'm like, I don't know where to sit. So I'm walking around, I don't have anyone to talk to, and at some point, after finished eating, I had to go use the restroom. So I was like, where's the bathroom? And inside the studios in New York City, it's like trying to find Beowulf. Like, you'll pass you'll pass several studio shows before you reach the bathroom. Like, you're just passing by like, oh my god, they filmed that here? What? Like, Hollywood is amazing on what they do in that regard. So I'm walking up the hallway, and I remember going closing the door behind me, and I was like feeling awkward because I got this tiny skirt on, I can't cover my booty. So I'm walking through there, and down the hall I see Jeremy and Anthony. Right, and they're walking together. I guess they're running through lines or whatever it is that they're doing. And I spot them. Now, here's the thing. I've actually never been starstruck. Not once since I've ever been on set. No matter what it is that I'm doing, I've never been starstruck. And I think it's because I'm from New York. And a lot of times we do run into celebrities and they're like, yeah, you're still on my way. I'm walking here. Like, yeah, we can't help ourselves. New Yorkers, we tend to just not care. As long as you're not in our way, we're pretty good. And I would know the difference because when I'm on set, I can see who's a fan and who's really a New Yorker and who's a tourist. or who's not a real New Yorker, because real New Yorkers tend to not pay them any attention. They're like, yeah, that's nice. You pay my bills? No? Then move it! So I see Anderson and Jeremy, and I remember thinking, okay, don't talk to the principals because that's going to be a problem and you don't want to get fired. That's all that was going through my mind. I'm like, don't speak to them. Don't even look in their direction because you will be fired. And then how are you going to get that paycheck? I know, I'm so selfish. All I think about is money. You know, and don't get me wrong. I know I'm not taking it with me to my grave. It's just, you know, I got to use it while I'm here. At least, you know, at least until next time. Wouldn't it be great if you could like save money up and like give it to yourself in your next life? How freaking awesome would that be? But yeah, so I see them, they're walking towards me, and I'm kind of just looking everywhere else. So it's kind of obvious that I'm trying to avoid looking at them. So let me give you the idea of what they saw. Oh crap, it's Anthony and Jeremy. Oh my god, it's an amazing ceiling. Check out this wall. Oh my god, the texture on it is beautiful. Oh crap, they're still walking. Check out, oh, that is an interesting floor. That's a floor. I have not seen many floors in my day that look like that. You got an idea how stupid I look? So they're walking towards me and I'm just trying to avoid them, but in the meantime I was gonna be polite. So, you know, if I was gonna pass by, I was gonna be like, you know, my thing. You know, I wasn't gonna be like, boop, boop. You know, I wasn't gonna do any of that, but I was just gonna be like, you know, what? Spirit. No, okay, I think it's just me. So, they see me, and I'm the only extra walking through the hallway, trying to avoid contact with them. And I'm pretty sure Anthony Anderson is a bit of a Weisenheimer, and he must have noticed, and I could have sworn in my head this is what it reenacted like. So here, Jeremy, I was thinking about for the is she trying to avoid looking at us? Yo. Let's go mess with her. I swear to God, that's exactly what happened. So I'm walking by, and then they both turn at the same exact time to go, good morning, because of how early it was on set. And I remember doing exactly this. Let me give you an exact reaction. This is gonna be the reverse because they were on my left side when I was walking, and I was trying to pass by a doorway, and they were walking this way, and they're like, good morning. I was like, oh yeah, good morning. Shit. Like, that's exactly what happened. And I remember freaking out, and I started like doing like a slow walk to like, I'm back. So that's exactly what happened. And I was sitting there thinking in my head, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, did you just walk into a wall? Did you just walk into a wall? Yeah, you just walked into a wall. Great job. Great job, Smarty. Great job. They're gonna remember you on set forever. It wasn't that bad. There's like 60 extras here. I mean, they wouldn't remember who I am, right? Please tell me yes. No, of course not. Why would they remember the most adorable hooker ever? They wouldn't remember who the most cutest hooker is. No, they wouldn't. You know, for my conscience, you're a real a-hole. Just kind of want to point that out. Just trying to be honest, bro. Yeah, that was a moment. I was so embarrassed that for the rest of the day filming, I kept doing this. Anytime they came near me, maybe they won't recognize me. Because it wasn't embarrassed, and I got the impression in the sense that they thought I was starstruck, but I was really startled by the fact that they actually spoke to me. They acknowledged the fact that I was even in the hallway. Because I had been on set a few times and actually had to deal with a couple of principals, and it was just more or less like, ugh, get this thing away from me. What is it? It's an extra? Get it away. Get it away! Y'all think I'm playing, but I'm dead serious. But yeah, so I wasn't really expecting them to speak, and I was going to do what was the most humanly thing possible, which is, you know, that was gonna be my thing. And that's not even remotely what's close to what happened. Dear God, I hope Anthony Anderson or Jeremy is not watching this, and I hope they don't look at this and recognize me and be like, oh, that's the cute hooker who walked into a wall. If you like my story time, give me some thumbs and comments, shorty, let me know, YouTubers. I was trying. You like my squiggly word dance? Squiggly ward? Squidward! There we go, Squidward dance, there we go. I don't even know how I said squiggly. Don't even, just, please don't unsubscribe. Please subscribe, Applebytes. Thank you. Whoop, whoop. Subscribe for more embarrassing moments. Yeah, because I'm really skilled at that. Like, if that was like an RPG, yeah, I'd be like, hello.